But he thinks we'd be too inappropriate. And I told him, well, you don't have to make it for kids. We can, and he's like, yeah, but what if we said something that offended somebody? I said, of course we're going to say something that offends somebody. Hi everyone, I'm Moody Boo, and I am back with another future purchase list. Now, I have really been through Lucky Scent a lot. So I've been trying to expand on my perfume shopping websites in search of new perfume houses. So I'll keep doing some classic perfumes and some popular perfumes, of course, but I'm really on a mission to discover new perfume houses. So the way I figure it is there is a lot of opinions out there about the popular perfumes, the real mainstream perfumes, putting on new perfumes nobody's heard of and new houses nobody's heard of in Fragcom anyway on YouTube isn't going to get me views. But I'm hoping just to be eventually just a one-stop shop to where if you want to discover a new house and you're curious, you're tired of smelling the same thing that's on the shelves in the retail stores and hearing about the same perfumes, then you can always come to my channel and check out something completely different. So that is my goal. And so I am really on a mission to do just that. Right now, I'm really into discovering people of color's perfume houses. I have more reviews coming out about more of those kinds of perfumes. I'm also really into, like I said, discovering new perfume places, online shops that I've never shopped at before. So I've been really into Jovoy. Really into Jovoy. They give you really good size samples to go with your perfumes, spray samples. I mean, they give like 1 ml to 2 ml, pretty easy. And always in a spray, always well labeled. They have such an incredible selection, and I'm not sponsored by Jovoy or anything. I'm just trying to share some information. They have such an incredible selection of perfumes I'd never heard of, perfume houses I'd never heard of. So I'm there. I've been on it quite a bit. Because like I said, I've been through Lucky Scent so much that I'm pretty familiar with most of the perfume houses there. So that's a great place to get fragrances in the US. It's a perfect place for people that want to get perfumes that are really popular, or not necessarily really popular, you know, not the Victoria's Secret. You can't get anything like that there. It's mostly niche, pretty much all niche. But they do have some like Tom Fords, I think. They still have some Tom Fords and things like that. It's got to be an exclusive line though if it's from a designer house. And so they're a great place to shop. And Oswald's really good. Parfums Nazarene is another one that's really good. I should do a video. Here I go again. I should do a video on all the online perfume shop sites that I have either discovered or have been using. Because I've discovered a lot of new ones lately that I'm just checking out to see how they do. And then once I know kind of if they're legit and they send good perfumes and I'm pretty happy with everything about them, then I'll share them with you. But I don't want to say anything until I know for sure that that's a good perfume house. It's like sharing with you Citizen 70. I bought several decants from him that I had perfume samples from Lucky Scent or some other, Oswald or something like that to back it up to make sure it was legit. And they are all legit, and he's a really good guy. Super generous, great calm. So that's why I shared that with you, because it's really hard to find a good seller on eBay that you can really depend on getting you quality juice. And so authentic. And so that's why I'm kind of doing this Jovoy one, is because if you haven't been on Jovoy's website, what are you waiting on? There are so many beauties to discover there. And they have the ones that we've all heard about. They got Raja and they've got, well, they've had BDK for a while, but Lucky Scent just got BDK on there. And they've got a lot of the really Fragrance Du Bois and things like that. They've got all those on there too. But then they got a lot of perfume houses I've never heard of. So it's like, yep, sign me up. I'm there. I've been shopping with them like crazy for the past 4 or 5 months. And their shipping is expensive. So if you're buying samples, my recommendation is buy a lot of samples in a bulk, because their samples are super cheap. They're like anywhere from $1.50 to $2.50. No, they're like $1. They're like 1.5 to 2.5 euros per spray, big spray sample. And that equates, I think a euro is like 85 cents to the dollar. So say $1.50 euros would be, I don't know, about $1.70, $1.75 US. But again, it's all about the shipping, because the shipping is really expensive. And so that's why I buy lots of samples at once, which makes it worth it to pay for the shipping. But it's still worth it because their prices are better, but it washes out even. So, because they'll have cheaper prices on some of their perfumes, even though it's in euros, it's very easy to convert. It's still cheaper than you'll find a lot of times in the US, but then it makes up for it with the shipping cost. So it's just a trade-off. So anyway, I love Jovoy. Crazy about Jovoy. And so I ordered 20 samples. I went big or I went home, and I went big. And then I went home. No, I never left home. Yeah, I've been here pretty much other than work. Work, home, grocery store, home, work, home, work, home, work, home, stuck in a loop. Anyway, so I got 20 samples from Jovoy. So I picked out, now I haven't tested all of them, but I've tested about half, and these are my favorites from the first 10. And these are ones that I am going to be purchasing. Now, 3 of them, I actually have 6 on here because one's kind of an honorable mention because I'm there, and then I pull back and I'm like, oh God, don't buy 3 more from Jovoy. Just try to keep it down to 5 for this month. And so I kind of tried to pull one out and I just couldn't. I had to put it back in there, so I did. So, but 3 of the 6, I already have bottles on their way. Hey, don't judge. So anyway, okay, so I'll talk about the ones that are on their way, because I'm just going to touch upon them because I'm going to do full reviews on each one of them because they're so good. So, yeah. So, okay, I'll start on that right now. We'll get to the first one. So the first one that I have a bottle coming my way from Jovoy, and it's also, it was like it was like 85 euros. Might have been less than that. But with shipping, it came out to just over $100. This one is by the House of Domaine Prive, and this is Chevrefeuille. Can you see it there? This one caught me off guard. It's really pretty. Now, I'm not going to talk a lot about it, but I will tell you it's lime, mandarin orange, and honeysuckle. And it reminds me of another perfume that I may do a side-by-side comparison. And if they are as close as I'm kind of thinking they are, I'll go ahead and tape it so that you guys can know what this really smells like. It's so pretty. So, and if I can't think of what it smells like and figure it out, then I won't even bother with it. I mean, I'll do the review, but I'm not going to do any comparisons or anything. So, oh, it's gorgeous. I love it. So that's Domaine Prive, Chevrefeuille. And I think that means honeysuckle. I think. So, all right, next bottle that's on the way. So, with one of the recent purchases from Jovoy, I asked him, I said, I'm really interested in more from the house of BDK. So they sent me a bunch of samples from BDK. And this one's on the way because I really love it. I think it's delightful. So the BDK that I chose for my next BDK is Ce Soir. See that? Woo! I like this one very much. I have found, okay, so this one is, before I say all that, this is quince and cashmeran and jasmine and ginger and mandarin orange and amber wood and some other white florals and some pepper and patchouli. I have found that I am really into quince these days. I am just loving it. I may have to do a battle of the quinces, and who'd have thunk that would be a battle? But damn, I love this, and I've got other perfumes, at least one, maybe two, that I adore that is quince heavy. So this one made my head kind of spin off my shoulders there for a minute when I first tested it. But I tend to be very emotive and impulsive, and that's a deadly combination when it comes to perfumes. So I have to really rein myself in and go, no, no, no. Wear it for a while, give it a few wearings, full wearings, before you make a decision. And I did, and I loved it, so I bought it. That's kind of my MO. So I will be doing a full review on this one. Love it. So the last one was the first one that I bought immediately. And that is Tobacco Dynasty by Noble Royal. Here, it's so good. I don't know, these weird noises come out of me when I really like something, apparently. But, oh my God. So this one has a hint of tobacco vanille, but not even close. And I will be doing a full review on this when my bottle gets here. This is clove and vanilla and tobacco and ginger and cinnamon and star anise and cardamom and benzoin and some heliotrope and some musk and some woody notes and some floral notes. But damn, this, okay. So I am going to do a side-by-side comparison with this and tobacco vanille because there are some similarities, but this blows tobacco vanille off the island into the water, down in the depths, into the Marianas Trench, where it was just eaten by a giant squid. So I don't think tobacco vanille comes close to this. This is what tobacco vanille could have been if it had had higher aspirations. Survey says, what? And I'll tell you what the survey says. What? It says buy. Buy now. Do it now, quickly, in case they run out, reformulate, the house goes under or whatever. You've got to get this juice now. And so I did, and it's on its way, and I will be doing a full review. Oh my God, it's so good. So anyway, yay. So that is the last one of the bottles that are already on their way. Then I have 3 more because I want to limit it to 5, but I'm unable. I am incapable. These are probably going to be my next 3 purchases. But like I said, I have 10 more samples to go through that I have not done any wearings on whatsoever. So I have to reel it in a little bit, reel it in, put the purse away, put the PayPal account on lock a little bit for a little while. I don't know. We're not going to Hawaii, so what else do I have to do? So anyway, yeah. So I'll just go with these 3 and let you know about them. Okay. So my next purchase is, and it's a new house. Now I do have another sample from this house that I adore, that I'm going to have to go back and forth to see which one from this house I want to buy first. But I think it's going to be this one because I'm really crazy about it. But I was so crazy about the last sample. But I had other purchases ahead of it that I wanted to get. So that tells me something. That tells me I'm not quite committed. If I can wait and put it on the burner, because I'll tell you, I've got a lot of perfumes on the back burner that I'll probably never purchase, but they have been on my buy list for months, if not years, some of them. And then I get bored with them. If I see them sit there for too long on my list, it's like, yeah, but maybe it's time to move on from those and check out something new. So that's kind of the way I go. That's why I'm really enjoying this discovering new perfume houses whole journey, is because I have, I've talked about it before, OCD and ADD. So I lose my attention span very easily. So that's why the part 2 of Guerlain is still sitting there. Because I filmed that like 2 weeks ago. And they're still sitting there because I keep meaning to do part 2. And it's like, I don't want to do Guerlain. I want to do a new house. Dang it. Don't make me do Guerlain. But I will eventually get to it. Because my husband isn't going to allow those perfume bottles to sit up there for much longer without his soaring award and pictures of us and stuff up on the mantle. So he's very patient. He's very patient with this whole thing. So I'm so lucky. I'm trying to talk him into, I know, squirrel. I'm trying to talk him into us starting our own channel, our own reaction channel. Because we've been together for so long. We play off of each other a lot in conversation and just pretty much all the time. And we laugh so much that it would be contagious. It'd just be one of those channels to watch when you just want to get a giggle. Because, like I said, him and I, we really play off of each other a lot. Sometimes at each other's expense, but it's hilarious. At least we think it's hilarious. So I'm trying to talk him into it, but he thinks we'd be too inappropriate. And I told him, well, you don't have to make it for kids. We can, and he's like, yeah, but what if we said something that offended somebody? I said, of course we're going to say something that offends somebody. I'm telling you, I was like, what do you think? Of course we are. I mean, not that that's our goal, but you can't please everybody. I know I got a lot of haters on this channel that think I'm ridiculous and a waste of space, and I'm okay with that. I've come to terms with it. But I just think it would be fun for him and I to do. And I think you guys would have fun watching it. I really do. But he's so nervous. He's so nervous. So every time we have banter now, he's like, see, you'd have to edit that out because that would not be cool. And I'm like, yes, it would. Yes, it would. So I'm still working on him because, I want to talk to him more, and we can kind of meld because I wanted him on here to do relationship advice because we have an amazing relationship after 30 years, and we've learned some stuff, some wisdom we can pass on to young couples. And so I thought it'd be fun to do this and incorporate that kind of advice, you know, into a reaction video. So anyway, I'm still trying to talk him into it. I'm going to one of these days, because he can't say no to me for very long. He is incapable of that. So anyway, wow, that was a big squirrel. So anyway, the next one I am getting is Close to Midnight by Musicology. Ha, he, ho, who. I'm telling you, this is coffee and jasmine and some labdanum and some tonka, musk, and ambergris. But that doesn't do it justice by any way, shape, or form. It's warm and rich. Now the coffee, a lot of people have voted coffee as the heaviest note. I think the tonka and the labdanum and the ambergris, I think they are just as prominent as the jasmine and the coffee. Now the musk, I don't get a lot of musk out of this really. This is almost gourmand. It's earthy, it's sweet, it's almost woody smelling too. So I'm questioning Fragrantica if they have all the notes of this on there actually. Yeah, I'm gonna get this one ahead of the other one. I can't remember the name, I just lost it. Ugh, of the other one that the other Musicology that sample that I have. I'll have to find it. I think it might be in the Black Velvet Bowl. Maybe, not sure, don't remember, menopause brain. That's what happens. So, love this stuff, but I'm probably going to get a bottle. So I don't want to go too in depth, you know, and make this video too long anyway, because you know how I ramble. Because I think I'm going to get a bottle of this for sure. This might be my next purchase from Jovoy. I don't know. I have a lot. I have a lot I love. Yeah, I'm getting this one though. So, yeah, upcoming review I'm sure is in the near future. And that is Close to Midnight by Musicology. And I love that name, Musicology. I love music. Close to Midnight. Wasn't that an Eric Clapton song? Close to midnight, we gon' let it all hang out. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, the next one is by Esse Strike the Note, and this is Miranda. You see that? I had never heard of this perfume house. Had to get it. Now the Musicology, I had, you know, gotten a sample from them before, but I haven't ever bought a bottle from them. And Esse Strike the Note, I just was surfing on Jovoy. It's another thing I love about that perfume house is that they have lots of different areas where you can figure out what kind of perfumes you want to check out. They have huge note list. So if you hit find your fragrance on Jovoy, or, you know, I don't even think you have to do that. It has all these headings, these drop boxes. And so if you hit notes, or whatever it says there, I don't remember what it says, but it is this huge list. It is like tonka, and there's peach, and cherries, and blueberries, and musk, and heliotrope, and rose. I mean, there are, I don't even know, maybe 50, 60 notes that you can choose from. So I just hit a note that I love and start surfing those perfumes. That's how I pick out these samples. Oh. This, to me, well, I haven't even told you what's in it. Oh, I'm just in love with this. So Miranda is vanilla and heliotrope and dark chocolate and star anise and licorice and sugar and powdery notes and ambergris and musk and sandalwood, rose. There's some white florals, some lily of the valley, but I don't really get those. People have voted vanilla and heliotrope and dark chocolate as the main notes. I'm not sure what I'm smelling, but I'm getting like a gourmand, sweet, slightly tangy rose is what I'm getting. And I don't usually, as you know, as I've said before, I don't usually go for rose. But this is a go for rose. Oh my God. And you do get those other notes, especially the chocolates and the licorice and the star anise and the vanilla. You so get those. And the sugar. I don't know. I don't know why people vote the way they do on Fragrantica. Sometimes I don't understand it. I've got some on. I'm putting some more on. This is stunning. It's almost like there's a little lychee or something in there. Some fruity notes or something. I'm really getting some, almost some pear, maybe. And they don't have that on Fragrantica, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's more notes in there than what is on Fragrantica. Because, yeah, it's like this juicy pear, gourmandy, slightly tangy, did I say sweet? Rose perfume. I honestly don't know which one I'm going to get first. If I'm going to get Miranda or if I'm going to get After Midnight. I don't know which one. I may end up just waiting for a few weeks and pop. I get paid weekly, so I may just buy them both at once. Oh my God, I really love that. And it has a hint of something it reminds me of. So I have to think about that, because if it's too much like something else, I may change my mind about purchasing it. If there's enough of a difference and I can figure out what it reminds me of, I'll do a comparison video. Oh my God. Oh, I love. And the last one that I'm really loving. Now, when I got Memories from the Gate, again, when I bought something from Jovoy, I said, I want to check out more of the Gate perfumes. And I think they gave me, ivory something, and I really like that one, and I really like this one too. And this is by the Gate, and this is Precious Moment. This is one where I was surfing on Jovoy, and that's how I discovered it. I hit dried fruits on that drop down box of notes on their website, and picked dried fruits because I love dried fruits in a perfume. And Precious Moment from the Gate popped up, and I was like, well, I've been wanting to try some more from that house, so let's just go ahead and order one, shall we? I'm so glad I did. Why am I talking like that? That's so weird. I'm so weird. So it's dried fruits, saffron, there's some cardamom, there's tobacco blossom, a little patchouli, a little tuberose, and it is... Now, people have voted saffron and cardamom are almost as strong as the dried fruits. I don't quite agree with that. I do think the tuberose and the tobacco flower are more prominent than people have voted on Fragrantica. I really do. Now, I haven't really smelled tobacco flower, but I smell tuberose with a little something extra in there that I assume is the tobacco blossom or flower, whatever. The saffron is light to me. It's all dried fruits and those white florals, a little bit of cardamom, a little bit of patch. I'm going to have to get a bottle of this. Oh my God, my list is getting so long. What are you going to do? I am a slave to my passion, my obsession, my joy, which is perfumes, and my husband, and my grandkids, and Hawaii. So anyway, so I don't want to say too much about these because I'm sure I'm going to be getting a bottle of these. I know I've said that before and I haven't bought them. Here's why. Because like I think I mentioned before, like some of the bigger perfume houses, there's some Parfums de Marly, some Xerjoffs like Starlight that I really want to get. But again, I'm really on this journey of discovery. I want to learn about, now I'll still do some other perfumes, you know, that people have heard of and stuff, but I'm really enjoying discovering new perfume houses. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do because that's what I want to do. All right, everybody. Well, thank you. Thank you for being here. I know I'm just a little tiny thing, but you guys always make me feel huge. So I appreciate you. So don't forget to like and subscribe and ding, ding, ding the bell if you want. If you don't, it's all good because I still love you. All right, everybody, use your own nose. Peace.